Good evening, everyone. Welcome to St. Mary's. We're really delighted to have the music man, David Stanley, and his merry band with him here tonight. They've been to Albert Hall, they've been to the Palladium, and now they're here at St. Mary's. You're supposed to go over there. But there we are. But we're very much looking forward to your program.
Well, thank you very much. It's wonderful to be here. And yes, we have just a small sample because, as you've heard, we performed at the Royal Albert Hall, and it's a lot more students than this. It was our Music Man projects from Southend, Essex, and all around the country. But we have my wonderful musicians here from Southend Main Music Man project, and we are looking forward to entertaining you. We're going to do some of our well-known tunes, but we're also tonight going to premiere at least 2 new ones, and the one that was new for the Albert Halls, but we don't usually go on the circuit with it. So this is a nice opportunity for us in this sort of concert to get your feedback about some other things. I'm going to explain about the Music Man project as we go along, just in case, and I'm sure this isn't the case because it can't be, but there might be 1 or 2 people here that have never heard of the Music Man project. But if there are, I know it seems unbelievable to John, doesn't it? If there are, then I will explain just a little bit. But I want to introduce you to our performers. We've got the wonderful Linda, Roy, we've got a very long day today. Stephanie, Abby, Chris, Caroline, we've got Amy, Daniel, Andy, the brilliant Alistair, who just came in and he got his way here, which is amazing. We've got Louise, superstar Sam Marsh, Scott Ian, and DJ Phil. Let's give a big round of applause. Just a warm-up song, we always do that one first. That's called Hey There. Well done. Now, everywhere we go, all of our concerts are called Music is Magic. Music is Magic at the Royal Albert Hall, and we had 2 Music is Magic shows at the London Palladium. So this is Music is Magic at St Mary's, Benfleet. And we will always then perform this next song called Music is Magic. Now, I want to make you aware of something, is that these students are so well trained as musicians, they're so great and experienced, but they don't know what item I'm doing next. Sometimes I don't know either. But on this occasion, they are that good, I can literally just play the introduction, and later on I'll do that as well without even introducing it, but they will know that now it's time for us to perform Music is Magic. Now, we are without our resident drummer, because he's on holiday, Daniel Camacho, but we're without our singer that usually does the Music is Magic solo, but I, just before the show, said to Abby, would you sing Music is Magic as the solo tonight? And then Steph, you're going to do the very last line. And again, this shows you just ready for anything, there's lots of anything on throat. So, we're going to have Music is Magic, and Abby will do this first main solo. We can breathe. To the front? Come on in. Should we give a big round of applause?
It opens up your heart, feel it and use it. It touches every part of the world behind you, bringing loved ones ever near. 'Cause music is magic to me.
Oh, let's give a round of applause. That's beautiful. Special round of applause for Steph and Abby. Right, okay, next one is an instrumental piece, one of our favourite marches, and it's called Liberty Bell, and we are going to then, thank you, we are going to introduce our conductor, who has conducted at the London Stadium and the Royal Albert Hall. At the Royal Albert Hall, he conducted a 60-piece symphony orchestra, which was marvellous. So here he is. Oh, yeah, careful, he comes out with a bit of a run, so that's it. Here he is, our maestro from the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. Please welcome Daniel Cater. For those that don't know, then the Music Man Project is a full-time music education and performance service for people with special needs, children and adults, and it's very important, those two words, education and performance. I'm not a music therapist, I'm a music teacher. I just teach whoever's in front of me. It might take a little bit longer, and might change the style a bit, but essentially, I just want to teach people so that they can, the next word is perform. Because for us, it's no point doing all this music 5.5 hours every day for them not to perform it. So we love the chance to perform, and that's why we are so grateful. And I don't think I've ever turned an invitation to perform down anywhere, because it's just a great chance to get out and perform, and that's why we can then do these big shows, because they're so used to performing in different places, in different venues. So it's grown, as you would have heard, I'm sure, just from the start in South Minka, at my South Minka Music School, which I started a long time ago, 2001. And before that, in 1999, I used to teach one young man with Down syndrome called Tony. And those early classes, with a handful of students, back then on a Saturday morning, I turned to them and I said, one day you'll play the Royal Albert Hall. And it took 20 years to get there. But by Jove, we did it, didn't we? And they were fantastic. And on the way, as you've heard, we performed twice at the London Palladium and all over the place with some wonderful things. We are Guinness World Record holders. And please, if you know this, don't tell me. But can you guess what the world record for was if you've never heard of us before? The world record was for what, any ideas? We hold the Guinness World Record for the most amount of triangles played at the same time. Seriously, we were holding with a piece of music we performed at the London Palladium, and it was called Concerto for Trumpet, Trombone, and 2,000 Triangles. And we managed in the end 1,521, which beat the world record, which was about 700. So they're world record holders. Not only are they brilliant musicians, they performed all over the place, they're award-winning, they are touching the Jonathan Mosses there. Record holders, which is fantastic. But to date, the biggest achievement was the performance at the Albert Hall. And we are going to perform a song that we don't usually perform. We usually perform the really well-known ones that was very comfortable, and then we gradually include new ones. But at the Albert Hall, we performed a space musical. It was a musical called Music is Magic in Space. And it was set 200 years in the future, when the world had been so polluted and destroyed by mankind that it was just about to basically blow up. It was gone. It actually turned from blue to black, which could happen actually the way we're going, some say. So we, the Music Man Project, were the last hope for humanity. And the only way we could save the planet is by going into a spaceship, flying to Mars in our spaceship and asking for their help to reverse the destruction of our planet. And we did it in the musical. We did it, we reversed the destruction. But the main song from that musical, which was premiered at the Royal Albert Hall, is called Think of the World You Leave Behind. The big message being that we've got to do something now so that when we leave that world behind, it's something that everyone can enjoy and have a legacy of. And that was the big message. And the big line was, our world from blue to black. Our world under attack. So we're going to sing this to you today. Now you have to excuse me, I have to do the first verse on my own, because at the Albert Hall we had a professional singer and everything, but he's not here, so you have to put up with my voice today. I do apologise. And then we're going to do this performance at the, just like we did at the Albert Hall. I think we're all covered in everything. Yes. You're going to do your bit in the middle? Yes. I'd love you to. Right, so we just have to pretend. Okay, so this is it. So give them a big round of applause. Think of the world we leave behind. Come on. The music was upside down.
Reach for your star. It's all well and good, but if we're honest, it's misunderstood. Think of the world you leave behind. Oh, every star will be
All of our futures depend on your past. Care for the planet, for your future to last. Think of the children, our legacy, which will rely on you and me. From blue to black, under attack. Too late to turn back time. Think of the world you leave behind. From blue to black, from blue to black. Our world under attack. Too late to turn back time. Think of the world you leave behind. Think of the ocean, once flowing clear, and God's creatures now fleeing in fear. Think of the children, our legacy. Too much is lost, they pay the cost. Our earth, from blue to black. Our world under attack. Too late to turn back time. Think of the world you leave behind. Kilimanjaro, with Barry, the Amazon forest, all your reach. Think of the children who never see some precious wonder for you and me. From blue to black, under attack. Too late to turn back time. Think of the world you leave behind. Father, please bless our ship as we wish each other peace and hope for the voyage ahead. Bless the ship, peace and hope, peace and hope, peace and hope. Please wish each other peace and hope. It's time to say goodbye. From blue to black, our world under attack. Too late to turn back time. Think of the world you leave behind. Think of the world you leave Those that were there, did you remember with the choir singing and the flags waving? Lovely. Now we want to bring it down and we want to do a lovely version of Kumbaya for you now. And we would love you to join in. We'll have a couple. Oh yes, we could do some songs. We'll just carry on trying to do Kumbaya. And Louis, do you want to sing Kumbaya today? Yeah. So we'll have just like to play them, but you do the first two, okay? So take it from my first. Carolyn, then Louise, and then we will all do it together with the audience, okay? The usual version. This was very much in tribute to our friends at the Salvation Army, actually, because the Salvation Army have been really helpful in spreading the Music Man around the country in their churches. So this was Kumbaya. there to take a little break. Not because it's the interval, I think, although I do like, look at those, you've got some wonderful food for the interval. Look at that, it looks very appetizing. Usually in these sort of things, you just get tea and a biscuit if you're lucky, but look at that. They get a little break because I'm now going to play the organ, which I understand, gosh, no pressure. I understand you've been warned about my organ playing, and that's what it is. It needs a warning rather than just a. This is what I performed at the Royal Albert Hall organ. Now, the Royal Albert Hall organ is a bit bigger than your organ. It's like chalk and cheese. So, but I was lucky enough to play the organ at the Royal Albert Hall. And rather like here, you don't get much of a chance to have a practice. You just sort of quick tiddle around and think, well, that'll be okay. I've played, now, the exact, give and take a few bars, the exact same sort of medley that I did. The chance to play probably one of the most world's famous classical instruments, and I played this. You ready? Yeah. I do accept this is not too good for visuals, so just here we go. back into the auditorium, and when I ran round, bearing in mind I was the next number playing Kumbaya, I was thinking, the door was locked. So I was trying to not be rude. You know what you do when you try to get the attention of a steward outside? Say, let me in. I didn't know what to say, because it would be obvious. So I was going, just clicking my fingers, which is probably even more rude than just saying, see you, David. Anyway, I did get back in eventually. Let's do note by note, shall we? Go on then. This is like big upbeat number. You come in front of your drums, and this is note by note. You're welcome to join in with the dancing. We do these concerts at primary schools, wonderful events at primary schools, and we get them to all join in, and they join in brilliantly. I'm looking around the audience. I'm not entirely sure you're going to do the same, but if you want to join in, the dance move goes like this. We sway now. To your left, ready like this. Da-da-da. Then you go forward. And we do exactly the same thing again. What's that? They're just marking time. When it starts, it's going to be like funny. As soon as we're going to go da-da-da, and then we do it twice. And the second time we go. So really, this is like an average Sunday morning. Average Sunday morning stuff. Here we go. This is got a piece of music called No Point Note. You're going to do your DJ a little bit. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. really difficult time. We've got 2 more songs in this half. One of them now is going to be a brand new song we've never performed in public before. They've only just started learning it. It's called Do You Ever Stop to Think? This is the one with B flat, C, D. Only do it if you know it, Charlie. Don't just randomly go on box. Only do it if you know it. This is a new one, and we're just learning it. Just to show you a bit of an insight into the process, okay, how this works. And then after this song, Chris Coates is going to bring us Love Shine Light as a way of ending the first half. In the second half, ladies and gentlemen, we want you to join in. We're going to perform another brand new song. It's all about our future, which I'm going to tell you in a minute. And you're going to join in on instruments, and we'll also do Rhythmic March. And learn to sign. We'll do Peace and Hope with some signs as well, so we'll give you signing as well. For lots of exciting things in the second half. But for now, this is a new song. I'm going to sing it, and join in and remember the words. Okay? This is how these things work, really. You build up the Albert Hall, some of that music. New music took 2 years to learn, it just take a long time. Then they've got it for the life, it's wonderful. So this is a new song called Have You Ever Stopped to Think? The message being, just take a moment to think of why we're here. What are we offering? What are we doing? And in this song, the story is, well, we're here, when we're on the stage, that's when we've made a difference, and that's when we find out who we are. When we're on the stage, all the darkness in the world goes when we're performing. So that's kind of how I feel about life, and I speak on behalf of everybody here. When we get our chance to perform, nothing else matters apart from that song, and that's a really nice message. I'm trying to work out a song to put that across in just the right way. So it's called Have You Ever Stopped to Think? This is who we are, who we want to be. When you find your purpose, you can turn the dark to light, to stopped to think why you were put on the earth? Have you ever stopped to think and find you question your worth? What role will you play right here today and don't know what to say? Have you ever stopped to think? beautiful. So I think that's going to be a nice one, I think, for the future. And it won't be me singing it, it'll be them singing. We're gradually teaching them to sing all the different lines. So I'll just sit back and play the piano. Lovely. I think we're ready for the refreshments. If we do one more song, is that a good timing? Good time, lovely. So Chris, who got to there, he does a mean Love Shine a Light. I think it's a lovely way to end that first half with Love Shine a Light. In the second half, we will do Peace and Hope. We will do the Radetzky March, the famous Barbara Streisand, Sarah Marsh. She will do Join Together, and we will also do Oh Hello Middle, and our big new song for this term. Oh, now we wrote it over the August holidays. It's called, wait. Do you remember what it's called? Now we're on Broadway. That's what it's called. We've written a song called Now We're on Broadway. Because as you know, we like to have big dreams at the Music Man Project, and then everybody goes, oh no, you won't be able to do it. Oh no. And then we go, well, that's another reason just to do it. And so the big one was the Albert Hall, and they said, oh no, you won't be able to do the Albert Hall. And then we did it. And the Albert Hall even now want us back, which is great. But we have got bigger ideas. We are going to perform on Broadway! Yeah, it's possible. I'm going in November. Oh no, this is not paid by the Music Man Project. I'm going in November as part of a Winston Churchill Fellowship. I was lucky enough to be awarded to do some research about music and learning disabilities in New York. And whilst I'm there, I'm going to knock on every door of every theatre and say, can we book? And I'm sure at least one will say yes. And then there's a small thing about how do we get over there. But as I've always said, if money is the only reason why we can't do something, then that's not a proper reason. We need to find ways of fundraising, and usually just by being positive about these things, something happens. Someone knows somebody that can do this and help us get there. But often, by writing a song about what we want and singing it with all our hearts for years and years and years, then it comes true. So we will perform Now We're on Broadway in the second half. We might open the second half with that. A good idea. But for now, to close the first half, and can I just remind my wonderful musicians to let the audience, because they do love food, so maybe just take a moment before you rush up there and have your... You'd like to go first? Well, that's smart. You can get all the food first. Right, please put your hands together for the wonderful, talented Chris Coates. Chris Coates has got a brilliant dance move. It's the Chris Coates Wiggle, which we've now named the Quiggle. So watch out for the Quiggle.
Shine the light in every corner of my heart. Let the love light carry, let the love light carry. Light up the magic in every little part. Let our love shine a light in every corner of our hearts.
first, especially. And enjoy the nice food and the comfort break, and we will see you in the second half. Well, welcome back. Have you enjoyed the food? It's lovely. I had some drinks. So I'm there. Lovely to see you. So I did actually mention earlier on that I've had quite a day, and that's because I haven't actually seen my wife for 4 days, because I've been in London. In fact, I was at Ealing, Broadway, at 5 o'clock. 4:45 I left Ealing Broadway, still managed to get here with the minibus and set up, because the last 3 or 4 days, some of our students have been doing something which I can't tell you anything about, unfortunately, but you'll see something hopefully next month, and it involves a national campaign, and they've been asked to come up to London at Ealing. There's a crew in Ealing, there's something famous at Ealing, and they were doing some work for that. And they were selected by a casting agent, so nothing to do with me. I didn't have any choice of saying, and I can't say anything more than that, because would you believe I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement to say that I won't talk about what it is 3 students that aren't here, but they're doing. And I've just heard that they're on their way back from Ealing just now. We've been in London doing this thing. I can't say what it is for 4 days, so it's been good, but quite tired. Now, as I mentioned before, we are going to Broadway, not Ealing Broadway, but New York, and that is our big aim for 2021. So what I did at the Albert Hall is I wrote a song about the Albert Hall 2 years before we even knew we were going to the Albert Hall, and we had to change the words when we actually ended up playing. But it was lovely to be at the Albert Hall and do the song, which was "You Can Have It All at the Albert Hall." So I thought that was a good tactic. So we've written a song called "Now We're on Broadway," and it's a sort of you'll hear lots of American, New York sort of things in the music. Brand new for them. They've only been doing this at the beginning of term, so it's about 3 weeks. So I thought it's nice for us to present some of our new music. So in the middle of this, we have drum, triangle, woodblock, cymbal. Remember that bit, which is a bit hard as well, so we'll try that. But here we are. Let's welcome them back with our new song. Now we're on Broadway, the Music Man Project.
Now we're on Broadway, start spreading the news. Yes, we're on Broadway, here in New York. Now we're on Broadway, just look at the views. Yes, we're on Broadway, here in New York. We broke the Guinness World Record for playing triangle, and just one single tingle was played for a royal. We played the London Palladium and the Albert Hall. We even reached South Africa, India, Nepal. Now we're on Broadway, start spreading the news. Yes, we're on Broadway, here in New York. Now we're on Broadway, just look at the views. Yes, we're on Broadway, here in New York. So gather round and settle down. The music man's in town. So gather round to our sound. The music man's in town. So gather round, settle down. The music man's in town. So gather round to our sound. The music man's in town. Drum, triangle, woodblock, cymbal. Drum, triangle, woodblock, cymbal. Drum, triangle, woodblock, cymbal. Drum, one single teardrop paper of royal. We slayed the Royal Palladium and the Alamo. We even reached South Africa, India, and Nepal. Now we're on Broadway, starts crazy. Yes, we're on Broadway, here in New York. Now we're on Broadway, just look at the view. Yes, we're on Broadway, here in New York. So gather round and settle down. The music man's in town. So gather round and settle down. The music man's in shout out loud in music man's New York. New York.
Give our family a little bit, you get the idea. Give it a couple of years. Dancing girls, we can have the lot. So wonderful. Now we're going to go back to some of our standard repertoire now. We're going to sing a piece called Peace and Hope. Which is lovely. And we want you to join in the signs. It goes like this. Peace. Yes, sorry. Not sausages. Not sausages. So let's all do it together. Can you have that pocket? That's it. Peace and hope. Fire and love. Alright, should we do it again? Peace and hope. Fire and love. Belief and trust. Faith and peace. So the last set is belief. Belief and trust, faith and peace. And these guys will be doing that every time it's the chorus, and we want you to join in with them. Okay, you'll soon get the tune as well. And then later on, we will hum the tune. We just go, we did this at the end. And this is because you've probably heard from the Broadway song. We've taken the Music Man project to South Africa and to India, and then I've just come back beginning of August. I came back from Nepal, where we set a Music Man project up in Kathmandu. We visited a special school, taught them all of these songs, and then we put on a concert in front of the British ambassador to Nepal. How amazing was that? And they're doing these songs just like these guys. And we gave them programs and CDs, wonderful. But when we were in Bangalore, India, I taught Peace and Hope, and they loved it. And then the next morning, I returned to carry on teaching, and they were all humming the tune as I walked up the path. And it was amazing. It was very emotional. Sam, I got so overwhelmed. What did I do?
Talk to a goat.
Thank you. I went and spoke to a goat. There we go. It was down, I was went now, there's this goat. And I went up, I thought, oh! And I went to the goat and I sort of said, you alright, goat? He said, very moving. And he didn't answer me, but there we are. So that's my story. Singing the verses for this, the wonderful Chris Coates, supported by, I'm sure you'll be watching it all evening, it's fantastic, Samantha Marsh. And we do have bells, we've got some people missing, so we've got Steph's on the light blue bells, the first bit. We'll surely find. Have we got any Glock solo today? Yeah, and DJ Phil is going to do the Glock solo. So this is a very important piece to us, it's called Peace and Hope.
Peace and hope, fire and love, belief and trust, faith and peace. Peace and hope, fire and love, believe and trust, with you as you go. As you lie, an everlasting friend. Coming you to go. Find some peace and you'll find home. Some peace and you'll find home. Hope be with you as you go. Be with you as you lie, an everlasting friend. Lifting spirits even higher. Find some hope and you'll find fire. Fire be with you as you go. Searching, reaching up above. Find your fire, you'll find love. Peace and hope, fire and love. Believe and trust, faith and peace. Peace and hope, fire and love. Believe and trust, faith and peace. Love be with you as you go. As you lie, an everlasting friend. Time to love is all to bring. Yes, a love is secretly. Believe, be with you as you go. As you lie, an everlasting friend. One more friend is still a lost. Believe is nothing but trust. Trust be with you as you go. As you lie, an everlasting friend. Strong, real, loyal, and sound. Now you're ready to find out. Peace and hope, fire and love.
Yes, you must. Your drums fall. Oh, we have. So this is your chance to perform with us. Who would like a drum? We want 2 people with a drum. Thank you very much, madam. And another, who else would like a drum? See, I used to be a secondary school teacher, and everybody's eyes always used to go down whenever I used to do that. And it's just the same. Right. There we are. Well done. Smashing it. And so that's the drum part, and we'll also have some tambourines. I think we've got some tambourines. So anybody? Lovely. Who would like a tambourine to lay down there? Tambourine. Well, we're all warming up to the top. Good stuff. And finally, I need 2 wood blocks. Final wood block first. And last but not least, this is the very hard part, the yellow bell. So only put your hand up. I'd like you. Madam, here is your go. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the first thing to happen, will be, it will go drum, 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 drum. It will be drum, 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 drum. So if you're going to drum, you just do this with the drummers. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Drum, 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 drum. Beautiful. Then the wood blocks will go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, just like that. You try that from the top, hit the drummers, 2, 3, 4. Drum, drum, drum. Wood blocks. Wood, 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 wood. Right. Good. Then the triangles. I think you have triangles. We do the triangle part. We won't let you loose on that. Triangles, 2, 3, 4. Ting, ting, ting. Now, sorry, madam, that's a tambourine. Oh, yeah. Easy mistake to make. Right, triangles, 2, 3, 4. Ting, ting, ting. Good. Then the tambourine. We're going to go shake, hit, 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 stop. Okay? So tambourine is like this. Shake, hit, shake, hit. Okay, not. So shake, hit, shake, hit. Okay, that's the only thing we do, okay? Got that audience? The only thing is this yellow bell. Now, later, in the degree, we just practice the bell part. The bell part goes like this. This is very tricky. Ready? 3, 2, 3, 4. Yellow, purple, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, yellow, purple, blue, yellow. Well done. Just stand up, man. We're going to come to the front. Give a round of applause. Come to the front. Yeah. Come to the front with Sam. Come to the front with Sam, yeah. Lovely lady. Well done. So, it's going to be yellow first, purple, like this. I'll just go 2, 3, 4. Yellow, purple, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, yellow, purple, blue, yellow. Right, it's done the job. We welcome our conductor back, all the way from the London Palladium. This is Daniel Cater. We're professional dentals, you know. First of all, it's the drums. Drums. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Drums. 1, 2, 3. Here comes the triangle. Here's a tambourine. Here's a tambourine. Shake, 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 and stop. That's the drum. And drum. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Drum. Stop. Very good. Drop the wheels. Stand by bell. Yellow, purple, yellow, purple, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, blue, yellow. Very good. Now we get yellow. Yellow, purple, yellow, purple, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, blue, yellow. Back to the drums. Nice and loud. Drum, 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 drum. That's the tambourine, madam. There's the tambourine. Shake, shake, shake. Back to the drums. And drums. And Daniel Cater is Wow. Now, we're now going to perform our favourite song of ours. It's called the Ukulele Army because we are an army of ukulele players. Okay, we are. Have you not heard this before? Oh, we love this. This is the ukulele. Now, in the rush of coming straight from London, I've had a chance to tune these, but we will just get by with what we can. They might leave you don't shoot, so sorry about that. We have Sergeant Major Ian, who's going to be in charge of us all. Have we all got one? Tuning matter. Okay, so this is the ukulele and the Sergeant Major. Here we go, you know. I'm ready. Ukulele, attention! Hello! Here come the ukulele marching through your door. We can play so many chords, but this first takes just four. Come join the ukulele, come and strum along. You can learn to play like us if you march along. Come join today, come learn the Yuki way. G, C, E, A. Here come the ukulele marching
Elizabeth makes just small. Come join the Union Army, come and strong along. You can learn to play that castle, simply march along. We're the army, the Union Army, with the weapons of wood and string. Union Army from Hawaii. They call us the jumping fleet. So we know George from his banjo. We are not cleaning windows. You kids the one for me. Everyone stand up here. We are George from the action. We're the army, the Union Army, with our weapons of wood and string. Union Army from Hawaii. They call us the jumping fleet. No, we're not George Foreman banjo. We're not cleaning windows. You kids the one for me. Strong. And salute. And 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 strong. And salute and strong. Salute and strong. Salute strong. Salute strong. Salute strong. Salute strong. Strong. Yeah. Here we go. March up the spot. We're the army, the Union Army, with our weapons of wood and string. Union Army from Hawaii. They call us the jumping fleet. No, we're not George from his banjo. We're not cleaning windows. You kids the one for the one we're not for. You kids the one for me. Good morning, great morning. Good fun. Now, while it's there, your tax will begin to. So George will get very close to the doors, so if you knock something, you can go. Their taxes are dreadful for these guys. And so if he doesn't get it, he'll miss it. So I think he's going to come about 1:30. Alright? Yeah. So we give Alice a big round of applause.
these guys take an extraordinary bravery and effort to be independent and get the taxi, get it here, and then hopefully it comes back. And there's so many times when we're just left with Alistair because he hasn't had a taxi and it's known for his own. So you're brilliant, Alistair. So we make sure we're not leaving you on your own without your taxi if it's coming. So if you just hop around there next to Karen. Is that all right? Yeah. If we would do another song, you see, and then he might think, well, that's it, I'll just go, I've got other work to do. That's what they do, these taxis. So well done. Right, Alistair, it's that way, the taxi. Yeah, that's the way you came in. You got everything? Lovely, thank you. Right, it's now time for the most famous of all Music Man songs. High, low, middle, okay? We're near the end. High, low, middle. And this song is one of the first we ever did, and it's got lots of dancing in it. So the chorus is this, everybody. It's a good read. Stretch up and we go high, low, middle. Like that. High, low, middle. High, low, middle. And the last one is high, low, low. Good. In the middle of the song, we'll be strumming our guitars, strum, strum, strum. We blow our trumpets, we shake our maracas, and after a while, I then changed it, and we then go high, low, reggae, and then we go high, low, ragtime, high, low, oogie woogie. We even go high, low, fiddle in the middle, and then we put on our strictly. We put our strictly and we do high, low, tango. Okay? And it's at this point that any of these students will come out and you'll find somebody that you think will be able to dance the tango with you. Wendy Wilson always finds a man, but she's not here. He's hopefully sleeping. High-low tango, please do tango with the person next to you, and then we will do high-low Gangnam style, and then we will do, because we've got DJ Phil here, high-low, we do the floss. Does anybody know how to do the floss? You do know how to do the floss. The lady with the yellow bell knows how to floss. This is a special dance move, and then we will do high-low can at the end. He's going to do that way. Definitely that way, we'll testify to you. High-low can. So be careful, don't do yourselves an injury. We're going to do high-low middle. Here we go.
We strum our guitars, we blow our trumpets, we shake our maracas, and then we sing our songs. It goes high, low, middle, high, low, middle, high, low, middle, high, low, low, and then sing high, low, middle, high, low, middle, high, low, middle, high, low, low. Music, we love to play music, but we can sing, we can bring joy to the world today. Music, we love to play music, but we can have you drum, we can play the drums, hey, it's music day. So let's sing high, low, middle, high, low, middle, high, low, middle, high, low, low, and again sing high, low, middle, high, low, middle, high, low, middle, high, low, low. Oh, we strum our guitars, we blow our trumpets, we shake those maracas, scream, I love fiddling mill, I love fiddling mill, I love fiddling mill, I love. I've got dance partners, here we go. Dancing the tango, would you please take your part?
That's almost it this evening. There are a few bits of merchandise. We've got a couple of bears and one or two DVDs and CDs that we have. I think we're doing mothers. You're right. Don't you think, Greg? Ian was almost breaking the floor down here. Was there a right for the Japanese? Do you want to draw it now? That'd be good, because then we've got a big number to finish with, the money to vote of thanks. But if it's a good time, is now. What we're doing, unity support, is for me and these wonderful musicians. Because we're not state funded, we've not got any big national charity behind us, we've not got any big sponsorship from businesses, we've not got any education funding, or arts funding, or health funding, or any real funding. We survive through community fundraising, generous donations, and fees for the students who are paid to attend. When I go to a special school as well. It's expanding at such a rate that we've also established the Rhythmic Project Limited as a separate charity, simply to help us expand it around the country. Because can you imagine how difficult it is to try and set my board anyway? How difficult it is to set up music bands in Scotland, but the only bank account for the Rhythmic Project we have is South End Benfleet. So this is a way of supporting that national and international expansion, and really just having an organisation to represent the Rhythmic Project in its own right. But South End continues to run a wonderful Rhythmic Project, and it will do forever and ever here in South End. What I'd like to do, are there any questions either to me or to the students before we do the raffle? Because quite often on these occasions it's really nice if there's any questions about what we do and how we do it, because this is a great opportunity if you want us to answer a question. These guys, I say that I have the best job in the world. Can you see why I would say that? Because every single day I work with these wonderful musicians and many, many more that aren't here today. We have lots and lots of students. And of course, at the event like the other hall, there are nearly 200 or so. And that number is expanding all around the country and the rest of the world. So we are very, very blessed and very, very lucky to do what we do. And it's with your support that we can continue to do it. So I do thank you. Should we say thank you? Give yourselves a big clap. Thank you very much. For all your help. To Terry for organising this meeting. Rapid time.
Well, what an evening. So sad that the seats are empty. They're all watching strictly from us. We've enjoyed it so much. Very emotional at times. I understand David being emotional when he was away. He's done a brilliant job of teaching these young people. And they're very, very talented. And you provided us tonight with a wonderful evening that we'll never forget. Thank you so much. The Lord has never seen people in this church like we've seen them dancing tonight. And I'm sure He'll be blessing you up there. So thank you all for coming. And as David said, they need money. And we've raised nearly £700 tonight. So if you can add to that, there's a big empty jar there, and there's some DVDs and soft toys and things to take home as a memento of this evening. So David, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you so much, Paul. And we're going to finish with a traditional finale song. It's called Join Together. Samantha Marsh, who, as I said before, is my very own Barbara Streisand. Oh, do you? Okay, right. And Sam is going to sing this song, and we all join together like this. We go, join together, one by one. Join together. Then you hold the hand of the person sitting next to you. So check them out first, make sure you like them. Strangers. That's it. And then we go, join together, two by two. Join together, hand in hand. Get the idea? Join together, three by three. Join together. Then it gets to four. Then I got bored, and then we would all stand and give these wonderful musicians. I love the fact, Roy, you were called a young person, because Roy is 72. 71. 72 in December. 71 in December. Alright, you're 70 in December, you're going down. And then we would all stand and we would sing all together, side by side, all together, hand in hand. And it's my way of guaranteeing a standing ovation. So once more, the wonderful Music Man Project and Samantha Marsh.
Join together,
Daniel Cater, Amy Underwood. Keep clapping, everyone. Amy, Carly, Chris Coates, Abby, Beth, Dr. Laura, and Linda. Here we go for it.
It's touches everyone.